Okay, Crafty Anna, so let's start off customizing this wine glass from Dollar Tree. I'm using some electrical tape from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to tape this off. I'm doing like a little V section. Ooh, where's my little scissors? And that's all we going to do. I'm going to go outside and spray paint this afterwards, because I'm going to do a white coat. If I wasn't doing white, I wouldn't be spray painting for real. So that's all I'm doing, just taping this off at an angle, trying to make sure they somewhat even. And once again, this is electrical tape. Make sure that's nice and down. I like that shape. So then I'm going to go right here and I'm going to cut at this diagonal. And this other tape should give you a guide to give you a straight line. And I'm going to peel that off and do the same to the other side. Just slice and dice. If you don't know me, my name is Brance, and I go by Brance So Crafty Anna, okay? And now I'm going to cover this part because I want everything else to be spray painted white because everything else is going to be glitter, but this is going to be our bare portion, so I don't want no spray paint on there or no glitter, so we need to protect that, okay? So I'm using this painter's tape, and we're just going to block her up, okay? We ain't got to do the most. I could have did a longer piece, wow. Oops, I did it again. I don't know why I decided to sing that. Ooh, I'm making sure everything is covered because I don't want spray paint inside my wine glass either. And I should have put my little foam insert in before I did this. I don't know why I didn't do that. Now it's going to make it a little more complicated on my life, but whatever. I'm just taping this off, making sure all of this peekaboo inside is covered up and making sure no little gaps because I don't want paint. I see a little spot I missed. I could have really did a better job doing this, but you know I didn't. So that's what I don't want nothing outside the black though. We don't want nothing outside the black. Everything should be in the confines of this black because this black line is going to be our shape, Crafty Anna. What y'all up to? If y'all see me doing something strange for a little piece of change, I'm going to need y'all to mind your business, okay? And don't judge. And if you're not following on my socials, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that brand so crafty, what are you doing? So hold that right there. We about to go outside and spray paint this. We'll be back. Before I go outside, let's put this foam insert in real quick, okay? Because I should have did this. Let me just squeeze it because I don't want to fold that tape down inside. And I don't need that getting stuck and messing up my little tape I done did. You see, Crafty Anna, this is why you put your foam and stuff inside first. Okay? Is that fine? That's fine. This went down in here. I need that easy for when I want to peel all this off when that spray paint is wet. Also, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a thin little stripe to connect from the back of here because I want my glitter to stop there. So when I go to epoxy, it don't. I could cover it up right here instead of going all the way to the top, and I won't have epoxy inside of my wine glass, and I can get a good seal on the top of that epoxy. You feel me? You feel me, Crafty Anna? Snip, snip. Okay. And try to get your line somewhat straight. But you know, I'm a homosexual. My wrist is broke, darling. My wrist is broke, darling. So you know, my lines be a little crooked. But we do what we can. We do what we can. So here's what she looks like. We're gonna take this little rod. We're gonna pop her up in here. That gives me something to hold on to. So when I go outside, she ready to go outside. Oh, hey, Crafty Anna. We outside today. I'm using Color Shot spray paint. It's called Head in the Clouds. I don't know if you're going to see that. And we got our taped off wine glass in our little handle. We're going to give her a spray paint. Now, I don't know how much spray paint up in here, but we're going to get the job done, okay? We got to use this last little bit. And I'm shaking. Ooh, I'm shaking all up in your ear. I'm sorry. And shake it out. Shake. Let me calm down a bit. We just want to give it. This is our base for our glitter. And don't be like me, wear a respirator mask or something, okay? This ain't gotta be perfect. This gonna be covered by glitter. But I just want a nice base And to be honest, you could just get away. Not with this, not with this raggedy coat, but you know, if you had a nice base and a nice white, you could just epoxy right over there and not do any glitter, and it will still be fine. Okay. Can y'all see me spray painting? I don't know if I'm all out of frame. I'm sorry, Craftiana. It ain't gotta be nothing too deep and too serious. We just want our white to have something to be able to background color. We don't want nothing, no sheer. I'm out of spray paint. I used my last. Okay, so we back in the house and we got our wine glass. About to pull all this tape off. Our paint is dry, and then we're gonna glitter on top of it. Just pull all this tape off. Make sure this is clean, because we didn't want to paint there, okay? We didn't want no paint there, Craftiana. All that tape. And we should be left with some clean lines and our base to glitter on, because white glitter is not pigmented, so we need pigment. Pigmented. What is pigmented? I don't even know what pigmented is. Sometimes I'll be questioning about myself. Oop, I got a little white spray paint right there, but a little acetone will get that right off. That's alright. So this is our shape. We're going to go over it with white glitter. Here's our glitter choice. I get this from downtown LA, a store called Moscatel. Oh my gosh, Craftiana, they went out of business this month, and I am not okay, honey. I am not okay. It is devastation to the nation. It should not even be. But okay, so let's get into glitter it is. I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to put it all over this white part. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Oh, my strap showing. I ain't got no bra on or nothing, but you know, a little. I'm modest. So we taking our Mod Podge. We just gonna spread this all over. You ain't even have to come out like that, because that was disrespectful, honey. And we're just gonna spread this all over this white glitter. I mean, all this white spray paint. We want to make sure we keep these lines crisp. Okay. We didn't work hard and tape all that off for nothing. We would have defeated the purpose, honey. And y'all on Tickety Talk, this is you can get the full thing on the YouTube channel. Okay, the before me taping it off and going outside and spray painting all this. But I'm making sure to stay in my lines, and I don't want no clumpy glitter. So I don't put clumps of glue. We make sure we smooth that out, thin and cute. Okay. No small hairball here for me. Let me just hurry up and get this done. Talking and working ain't easy, okay? Y'all who do this on a regular skill, because I'm a voiceover type of girl. And this ain't voicing nor over, honey. Get into it, Craftiana. Get into it, Craftiana. And here we go. Keep that nice and clean. I'm trying to work. Why would that do that? Just jumped out of my hand. Dang. That is rude. Now I got glue on. I'm glad it's just my Podge. Y'all see I'm clumsy. This is why I don't do epoxy method. I make too many mistakes. I drop stuff. And this, we gonna do like 2 or 3 coats of glitter, so we fine. We still gonna want to build this coverage up, because my little first spray paint was a little raggedy. Okay. And I can't tell where I got glue at, because this white on white is tricky. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. What I'm sorry for. What I'm sorry for, honey. I'm not sorry. I don't know what I be saying while I'm doing this little voice, but get into it. Get into it. Get into it. After that glue is all over, take this glitter. Rain on me. And just dump that all over. And this is only 1 coat. I'm going to do 2 or 3, because I want this covered and sparkling like diamonds are forever. She going to be a little bald head on this first one, because look, she bald head right there already. It's okay. I'm going to come back to her. And we gonna hook her up. But it's alright, Craftiana. first coat. You can't really see nothing, but you'll see something in a minute. Okay, so we back. We let that dry. It's our first coat of glitter. It's really splotchy. It ain't got no glitter right there. She bald head. But, you know, trying to see that white glue on that white base. We missed some spots. So we're going to do about 3 coats of this white glitter. Because we want full coverage. I'm just dusting off anything that didn't stick with a makeup brush that I got from Dollar Tree. But I ain't been seeing them there no more, Craftiana. Going back with our Mod Podge. This time I'm going to put it on my little palette if I could keep it on the table, because we might have a clump of glue right here and I don't want that. I don't know. It came out smooth. Okay. And we're going to go right on top of this first coat. Okay. Make sure it's fully dry. I let it dry. It really took like 10 minutes, but child, it's about an hour or 2 later. Don't judge me. And I'm just putting this glue right on top of that. Let's hope I can see better this time, so we could get a better coat, an even coat, because that first one was not it, child. And be clean. Stay in your lines. I keep saying that. Shoot. What y'all up to? Well, I'm asking y'all what y'all up to like y'all can tell me. What kind of content y'all want to see? Because I'm going to start doing like kind of vlogish styles, like crafting, like when I get bigger orders or stuff. And it won't be necessarily a full tutorial. I don't even consider this a tutorial, but I'm showing y'all what I do. But yeah, I plan on doing that and having that content too. I'm taking it more serious, okay? And I'm just trying to get to it, honey, because I love making stuff and fun. And I like showing y'all what I'm doing. And I'm just painting this glue all over. And make sure you get this stem good, because this stem be raggedy. Okay, and under this little caboose right there too, get her too. You better get her. You better get her. Shoom. Ooh. And I get these little brushes. I get this question out. These brushes, I get them from Walmart. But I ain't seen them in a while. I don't know. These are my favorite brushes to glitter with. But I ain't seen them in a while. And I could use a few more. Okay? Because brushes, sometimes I forget to clean them. Sometimes I don't feel like cleaning them. And they just get, messed up, Craftiana. Messed up, Craftiana. I need to go outside, okay? And y'all, I'm trying to learn how to sew. Like, I started teaching myself last year. And I got a little somewhere, but I ain't get a lot of somewhere. You see this? It gets stringy. Oh, I didn't mean to drop that on that. And I need to put some more glue in here. We don't want that on our wine glass, okay? And this is white. Make sure you don't get no extra little lint or nothing in here either, because that ain't cute. It ain't cute, Craftiana. I ain't never did a white one. This is my first white one like this. And I cannot see with this white glitter where I put glue at or not. That's why it's bald headed on the first time. Shoot. Do better, Brants. Do freaking better. Well and women. I want to try different styles. And this will be available. So if you want this cut, I will post it on my website, www.brandsocrafty.com. And I got an Etsy shop for custom orders. So, yeah. Do as you please, Crafty Yana. I'm making sure this covered good, because the first time I didn't do that good. See, I'm getting another clump. Ugh. Ugh. Come out. Ew. I hate when they do that. And of course I ain't got no napkin. Of course. What is this receipt to? What was I buying? Open up. Stop trying to embarrass me down to the YouTube video. I'm trying to be professional. Girl, I ain't professional. A little bit. Ugh. So tacky, so nasty, and so rude. Oh. Forgive me, Craftiana, okay? Now I got glue all on my paper. I gotta hurry up and flip and change that out, because I don't want my glitter sticking to that when I pour it back up in my container, because we don't waste no freaking glitter. Reduce, reuse, and recycle, Craftiana. Okay, glitter be high. You see these people charging $10 for a little thing of glitter. Glitter be high. And my favorite store done closed down. I am not. Okay. Okay. And if anybody want to send me some glitter, you know, you can. Okay. Maybe I should get a P.O. box. I'm open to reviewing glitters and stuff and other craft projects. I'm just getting this all smooth because I don't want no clumps. Ooh. Ooh. And I think that's good. Alright, let me fold this in half because I got glue all on top of that. Hold that thought. I need a new paper. And I just use wax paper from the Dollar Tree. I don't want to hear nobody mouth about it. This is what I use. This is what I like. It make my life easier. Let me hurry up and dump this before this glue dry. So I'm just dumping this right on top. Making sure I get every spot. We don't want no missing spots like we did that first coat. This second coat is our cleanup coat. Now third coat is going to be our voila coat, okay? Now if this was a darker color, we would not need all of this. But, you know, white is light. Then pastel colors, all of that. You want that coverage up. And I don't base paint with my other colors, but white would have took way too long. Because I like for you to see the glitter when you're looking through the glass. Okay. Just hitting the bottom of this to tap some of that excess glitter off, cleaning off my glass, even though I could do it after the glue dry, but I like to do it now because I like to see my shape. See, that coat did a lot better. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but that glitter is glittering, honey. And I'm still going to do one more coat. And probably don't really need it, but I'm still going to do another one because I like it full and to give it the best effect. So I'm going to let that dry, come back and do another coat. And then we're going to epoxy and rhinestone. So, be back. Okay, so we let our glitter dry. Now we're going to tape it off and get it ready to epoxy. So I'm going in with my electrical tape. And I'm just leaving a very thin space between the glitter and this tape. Because we want to make sure we get a good seal over this line. And we want to make sure our coverage is coated and covered. We don't want it all over. We don't want no epoxy over here. We just want this edge sealed and covered perfectly. So it will be encased in. So when we wash it or whatever, yada, 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 we won't have no issues. We don't want, what we don't want is this tape on this glitter. Because we don't want to epoxy the tape to the glitter. Because that will give you an issue. Okay, Craftiana? So be careful. And I'm just repeating the same thing to the other side. And making sure I get as close as possible, but not too close. And I'm overlapping them other ones, making sure this. Uh-oh. I don't want too big of a space because I don't want a pool of epoxy right here. And that's perfect. Just the slightest little space in between. And our rhinestone trim will be going over that. Snip that pretty close because we don't want no extra hangage because it'll fall and hang into your epoxy. We don't want that. Smooth this out the way. And remember that little top line I told y'all to right here I told y'all to tape off earlier. We're going to tape that off too. Because that's our seal. And we don't want epoxy getting on this foam. And we don't want it inside our cup. Okay? You got me? So we're just going over here top of that. And just taping that off as well. And we're also leaving just a hair of a space. So that glitter can be fully encased and sealed at this top. And this edge. And we're making sure it's laid down. I like using electrical tape. It's the most manipulative and easiest to work with. So this is what this should look like. Taped off. And now it's time to go epoxy. Okay, now we're about to mix our epoxy together and get this going. This is Flynn Sisters fast set. I'm mixing 15 mLs of part A. Well, 15 mLs in total. 7.5 part A and 7.5 part B to give me that 15 total. If it's any in here and it will come out. Ooh. Disrespectful. I need to pour some more epoxy in here. You want to make sure it's even. Don't do that, okay? We don't want it. Now I'm just going to mix this together. You would want to take your time. I don't. I just mix it until it's well, and I pop the bubbles with my torch. All mixed up. We're going to go over our glitter. We don't want epoxy on our glass, so we be careful. I'm just going to take that. I'm just going to rub it around. Rub it around. Make sure you get this bottom part. You want good coverage. I want to make sure we get all these edges by this tape. We want to make sure that it's fully sealed and covered. We're making sure we just spread this all over. We don't want too much epoxy on here where it's pulling and dripping off, because then we'll have problems. We don't want those problems. I got a little on my glass, but I'll wipe that up quickly. And I'm using a fast set epoxy, so I have to move somewhat quick. You want to make sure you get under this caboose area, but don't put too much epoxy here, because it will build up and you'll have a big old bulky bulb. And you don't want that. Make sure you get this stem really well. The stem can be tricky. And get all of this base, and make sure you don't have no pooling on this base. And I like to take it over the rim and make sure all this is sealed in. I'm just taking my time and working this in. But can't move too slow, because I am working with the fast set. I don't know what kind you gonna be working with, Craftiana, so read your directions. Every epoxy is built different, made to work different dry and cure times. So make sure you're reading your instructions. But you see, I'm pulling some of that excess off because I don't want it to pool. I'm making sure I miss no spots. I'm making sure all this edges and this top rim is covered well. Everything should be covered. Keep it going around. We don't want too much epoxy on here. We don't want too little. I'm making sure I don't feel any dry spots. And if I do, I'm making sure I hit it with some more epoxy. See, I had a big old glob right there. We don't want that. That won't be cute. You will have to try to sand that down afterwards. It's a little dry right there. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to pull my tape up. Of course, when I'm recording, it wants to give me the problems. I'm going to pull that right on up. I really could have just switched directions. Pull my glove inside out. I'm going to take a piece of this napkin and get this epoxy off that I got on this glass, because we don't want that on there. And make sure you get it quick, because it will dry. You can scrape it off at the end, but get it now, then scrape it. And we're going to go in with our torch and just give it a good blast to pop any bubbles. keep that fire moving. Just a quick torch, don't touch it. Like I just did. And that's about it, Craftiana. We let that spin for about 2 hours. Craftiana, so we got it off our turner after a couple coats of epoxy. I did 3. And this is what it looks like. Now we're just gonna clean this glass up before we go in with our bling. We're getting that paint off with a little acetone, that little paint that I got on there from earlier. Just wipe that off. Dry that. And I'm gonna make sure I scrape off any little epoxy that I see that got on here out of place, like right here. That shouldn't have been on here. That's fine right here because that's that edge. We're going to cover it with bling. Oh, I got some right here. It will scrape right off. Okay, you see? Just scrape it off. Make sure you get it off your glass. And make sure you get it off your glass, Craftiana. Then we're going to go in with some alcohol, ALCOHOL. And we're just going to wipe this down. Wipe that down. Make sure it's clean. They want to dry that off. And if I see any more spots after I blink, I will re-clean and scrape off to get any excess dirt and grime or epoxy that shouldn't be there off. And make sure you don't get your epoxy stuck to your glass. The little pieces that fly off because the epoxy is not fully cured yet. Then we're going to go in with our bling, our rhinestone trim. I believe this is a size SS16 trim. And if I can find my glue, girl. And we're just going to outline these borders. So we're going to put this glue. This is the glue from Bling Up. You can use Liquid Fusion, E6000, Crystal Glaze. There's a bunch of glues you can use. Just find something that works for glass, okay? And we're just going right along this edge. I don't know why this glue is turning yellow. It shouldn't be. We're going to take our rhinestone trim. And we're just going to gently Craftiana. Lay that on there. Try not to move it too much. Try to lay it in the place you want it. Just going to scrunch it up a little bit so we can have a nice tight placement. I'm trying to keep our line straight as possible. And we're going to snip to our desired length. We're going to scrunch that up. Uh-oh. Don't do that like me. We're going to scrunch that up. Make sure it's nice and tight and fitted. And make sure it's straight. And voila. We're going to repeat the same to the other side. Actually, make sure that's a little tighter up. Because I want my point to cross, actually. So, this is going to come down here on this side. Repeating the process. You put your glue. I don't know what's up with this. It don't want to come out. It's yellow. This ain't right. This should be pure clear and easy to come out. Very easy, Craftiana. So I'm fighting, freaking struggling with this, but whatever. Get that out the way. And then we're going to lay our bling trim right on this other side. Be careful not to move that because it's not dry yet. Ooh. Pull that down slightly, trying to keep this line straight as possible. And make sure that it's actually in the glue. Cut that just a little longer than we need so we have some room because we can scrunch it up. And it's not cute if you add more. And make sure this point is crisp and they connect it to form that little V. And just line your bling up. Make sure it's nice and straight and crisp. Making sure everything is laid in that glue properly. And here's our finished product, Craftiana. And we let that dry, and it'll be ready to go.